Tuobodom is the district capital of the Techima North District of the Bono East region of Ghana. There are about 60,000 people residing in this district according to the 2010 population and housing census, 48.7% of that being males and 51.3% representing females. About 70% of the population lives in rural communities. About half of 49.1% of the population are engaged as skilled agricultural, forestry and fishery workers, 20.0% in service and sales, 12.7% in craft and related trade, and 5.1% are engaged as an elementary occupation. About 6 out of 10 households, equivalent to 60.3% in the district, are engaged in agriculture. In the rural localities, about 6 out of 10, equivalent to 59.7%, are agricultural households, while in the urban localities, 60.9% of households are into agriculture. Most households in the district, equivalent to 58.4%, are involved in crop farming. It can be deduced from the data that the livelihood of majority of residents in this district depends on various agricultural activities. Many of the farmers here specialize in yams, cassava, cashew, tomatoes, among other vegetable crops. After an approximately 30 minutes drive from Tuobodom through a bushy road is a half-acre cabbage farm looking parched and thirsty, seemingly from the high temperatures and absence of rain. Gloria Asantua is a 32-year-old level 300 student of the Sunyan Technical University and farmer at Educhi and resident of Tuobodom. About 300 meters from the farm is a dugout well which serves as a source of water for her nursery. Gloria says she has so far spent 3,000 Ghana cedis in 3 months on the farm and risks losing investment due to the absence of adequate rainfall.
The challenges are too many because we were expecting the natural rain, because with this farm I'm not having enough money to hire a machine and then set up the irrigation system. So I hired some laborers to come and help me with the fetching of water from the hole that I've dug. And because of the dry season is getting near, the rain have stopped and the water too is dry. So I'm finding it difficult now too. I don't know what to do now. It's only God that can come inside and then help me with this farm, because I don't have any source of water here. The one that I'm having is dry, so it's very challenging now.
She tells GHOne TV News her crops would have been doing excellently had she had the financial muscle to practice mechanized irrigation farming.
If I was experiencing the natural rainfall, it should take me 3 months or at least, at most 3.5 months for it to be ready for market. But now, because of how the rain is, it's not doing good. The yield is not well matured. Some are not even, it have to make some shape so that you will see it preparing to be matured, but now you are not seeing it like that as you've seen it here. I've spent almost 3,000 Ghana on it, and with what I'm seeing now, I don't think I'll be able to make it when I'm harvesting it. So for now, for this season, it's a bad business.
The news team visited Asantewa's tomato farm, also 2 acres and 20 meters drive from the cabbage farm. The situation wasn't any different from what was observed on the cabbage farm. The farm, overgrown with weeds, was patched with leaves wilting not due to disease but the absence of rain.
The challenges is too many with this tomato farming because we have some pests that attack the tomatoes, and with that you have to spend much. And with this tomatoes farming is the fertilizer alone that the government is helping us through. We need some help from him, like he should supply us with the pesticide so that we can use it when pests attack the tomatoes. And because of the rain too, now we have to leave it in the weeds like this so that the sun may not shine on it and the tomatoes will look as if it's cooked. It's like the tomatoes is boiled already.
Because of the tenacity of
Yes. So we will leave it in the weeds like this. During harvest time, you have to come and then harvest it through the weeds so that you will get at least some fresh ones like this. If not, you won't see it as fresh as you see it during the rain season.
The challenges faced by farmers like Gloria Asantewa extend to the unavailability of storage facilities to tackle post-harvest losses, an occurrence Gloria says belittles all the hard work.
The buyers come and then they buy it anyhow, not knowing that we the farmers have suffered bringing it out to the markets. We don't have any control price here. When they write it on board, we have Tomato Growers Association, but when they write the price on board, it don't work because the government has not intervened through. We have decided to give our price to them, and because we don't have any warehouse here that we will stock the tomatoes for at least 5 to 6 months. Like the Toma Fresh, we was having some here, but it's not working. If it was to be like that, at least we would have bring them to the warehouse so that they will keep it for us, not selling it to the market women anyhow. So far as farming is concerned, I know that if we take the air we breathe, the water we drink, is food that is left for you to survive. So Mr. President, I'm telling you, I'm appealing to you that come to our aid. We the young ladies in farming and the women too that are in farming, please assist us.
Gloria says keeping records of farming activities was a major challenge in the initial stages. She says that was what compelled her to further her education. She is pursuing hospitality management at the GHOne Technical University and intimates that combining school with farming has not been any easy task.
During the farming, I realized that I have to advance myself through education. So I entered into GHOne Technical University. That's good, I'm a third year student. But I'm a weekend student. So I start farming from Monday to Thursday. I rest and prepare myself off to GHOne on Friday around 10 o'clock. I start lectures at 1 o'clock, then close at the next day, Saturday, that's 6:30 to 7. With the education combined to the farming, I've realized that at first I was not using any farm keeping records book, but now I record everything that I've been investing in the farming, so that at the end of the day I will know that, oh, this is what I've spent and I'm expecting this. So if I lost, I know that I've lost. If I gain, I'll know that I've gained. Because you can't sit back at my age and tell yourself that, oh, I'm into farming, so that's all. No. You have to try as much as possible. It's not easy. It's not easy because I lost my dad, and my mom too is a diabetic patient. He's on insulin. So it's a whole lot, but I'm trying to make something better for my future and then for my family too.
The challenges faced by Gloria Santua are not unusual. These farmers the news team encountered echoed similar sentiments. Many of them who were returning from their respective farms looked crestfallen and worried about lack of storage facility. Owusu Ajamai is one of such farmers. He laments that middlemen who buy tomatoes directly from them and sell to market women have for years cheated them. Thus, he alludes to farmers having no control over the prices of their produce.
Yabeboka be a 1 acre. Would the best 1 acre, 1 more crown, base 30-something million. And so I want to coba a parkani and the Adina, Manbeba, Bobia, a pen or more person on the man. And I'm saying to us, when you're there with me, Eddie. And the idea of creating Calpasi be out of 2 million or ban by be our 1 million. When you're quite a swabber. And the Nadia, with him there, be I just order man. I want to come. Ye brave gunti Kenya warehouse be cry beboy and pattern market. So ye bre adwumano nya market wakura sese awiane e boy nyina ye do ye pewura na dia kata so yes a awiane be se ni nyina enti ye wo haw mano so ba bo bia o mo pe no na o mo de amai na say ye ntimi nya na fe enti no.
He adds that the situation deters the majority of the youth from engaging in agriculture and other food production activities.
Think a best rabbi so bit man where they are. In warehouse will be our near my wife in a warehouse back on cranny crum ha, Yampatem ha. Warehouse back on cranny ha. Think a best rabbi power when and to know a face problem. A face pa nyasam ketwa.
18-year-old Amina Al Hassan, a casual laborer, says their condition is dire. According to her, poor earnings by the farmers affects the amount of money she receives as a laborer.
She say I'm my school. I feel my SS. Na my baby, mammy soon be until I said me be kakra na me pay na me de eboa omo. Until me say me pese men number sabasana ma koye basa biti. Me de me wan be share adwuma na me ye na kakra me nya bia na say me result ba na say ya kakra me mam so wa mo so metimi dia abo na mo dia kamera metimi dia ko school affect ye de nka sika bo no wosoro nka e bia nka eketwe na nka modema ye e bia nka mo so metimi increase na ma ye na nka ye so ye timanya na e pese ye de etimi de na me sa ni tinu eketwe na modema ye nya so be ye nde say fane sa.
These stories in Tuobodom expose the wide inequality gap among farmers in the area. Country manager for Send Ghana, George Osed Bimpe, expresses worry about the plight of farmers, particularly vegetable farmers in the region.
Have observed dejection in the faces of the young farmers. I have seen yet a desire to earn a living, a decent one for that matter. However, what we have been observing here tells us a lot about a disconnect that exists between policy and implementation. Apparently, we have not been serious about agro-processing, warehousing, for which reason the farmers have been left with no option than to be at the mercy of the so-called middlemen and women. Apparently, they have no say in determining prices of their produce. And that is simply because as a country, we haven't developed the value chain, the value chain, in such a way that there should be competition. These middlemen and women do not have any competition, and that lack of competition is created as a result of lack of storage facilities. If these young men and women had storage facilities here that they could store their produce in situation of glut, then one would expect that they will be able to negotiate and get the best out of their produce. So that is one. The implication is that crop farmers are kept at the lower ebb of the income ladder or the social ladder, simply because they have chosen to feed the nation. And that is a major injustice that we are doing to these young people.
He, however, praised both current and successive government for lifting the country's agriculture budget and urges more investment be pumped into the sector.
As a country, we need to interrogate the investment model that we are using in developing agriculture, and we should be concerned that some of these monies do not get to the real farmers who are on the ground, who need the kind of support to make things change, especially in changing it in a way that will end up leaving a lot of income with them for their families and the people that they employ. There's a whole chain. Some young women and men come to work as laborers. That is a way of building up capital for either school savings and capital for either other entrepreneurial activities or for education. The earlier we paid attention to agriculture and move away from the lip service, the better it will be for youth employment and addressing a major food and nutritional challenges that we have as a country.